that we had people quit after. But in New Rock, a couple of New Rock students, a little fragile up in Westchester. You guys got to step it up, man. You got to step, right? You guys got to step it up. But today, I'm going to not be as controversial. I didn't think I was controversial last time, but... So today, I'm going to pick a nice, safe topic and talk about pride. So, the definition of pride, everybody can have their own definition. I'll give you mine. And then I'll talk a little bit about what I mean by it, what I feel about it. So pride is an energy, right? A benefit that comes after a process of accomplishment done by you and the benefits you've got from it, or an accomplishment done by somebody else just focus. Gotta give her a bottle. She asked for a bottle. So I'm gonna keep doing this till you put something in my mouth. It's all right. This is good. So pride is that energy. An accomplishment done by you gives you this energy. An accomplishment done by somebody else that gives you energy when you dwell upon it, or maybe you get an energy, a positive return because of the opportunities that the actions that somebody else performed that you benefited from. So there's a lot of different ways that we could be prideful. When an individual is said to be a proud man or a proud woman, in that context, gotta keep her down. Either take her outside, or if you need to take her outside, please. So if somebody is prideful, what it's said is that they have an alliance, a relationship with that feeling that they sort of committed to. If I'm proud to be a certain thing, it's because my compliance to be that thing gives me a return in the form of energy. If I say that I am proud to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu, it means that when I represent the characteristics of a black belt of jiu-jitsu, that compliance gives me a return. It allows me a system that gives me a positive consequence. It allows me a relationship that shows me the right way to do things. So when you're proud of something, one of the things that's inherent in that subject or that target of your pride is value, is utility. In tribe, we say value and utility is morality or virtue. It doesn't matter what it is. If there's a group of people who say this is the right thing to do, then within that group of people, that thing is moral. We can appreciate, whether or not you agree with the target of somebody's pride, we can appreciate somebody's discipline in their relationship with a standard. We can appreciate somebody's commitment to an alliance with a way to be. But one of the things about that is we have to, in order to universally connect with somebody else's pride, say that we also agree that what they're doing is virtuous. If you have a 16-year-old who says that they're proud of their score on some video game, you can appreciate, or I guess give them the ability to be prideful of that without any negative response from you, but we really don't place any value in it ourselves. If that 16-year-old when playing the video game wanted us to share in his pride for his score on this video game, we would say, no, that's your thing, good for you. But I don't play that video game. I don't really have a relationship with that video game. So, enjoy it, do what you want to do. Find other people that play that video game. And you guys could share that tribal pride in that scoring of that video game. But if I don't play that game, whereas I completely understand the value that being prideful to that might mean to you, it's kind of inconsistent, illogical to expect me to share it with you at that same level. So, as martial arts students, what are we proud of? We should be proud of who we're trying to be when we compare who we're trying to be with who we actually are. Right? So, in my book, I talk about the real self and the pure self. The pure self is like a perfect version of you. It doesn't exist, but we know if it's this way or that way, we can pick a way that it goes. If there's something you know you should be doing a little bit less, well, you know that because of this goal that exists that allows you to say, I should do more of this, less of this. But we can be proud in general of how compliant we are to that standard. You go and compete and you fight hard. You're proud of your effort. Why? Because what a high level of effort is what you did. And everybody in your tribe also considers that high level of effort to be virtuous. So collectively, we could share in your pride to where we could say we are proud of you. I can't be proud of a 16-year-old who does a high score in a video game if I have no connection to that video game. Good for you that you're proud of your score. But it's something else to say, I'm proud of you for it. I have nothing to do with it. So when it comes to pride, a couple things. Number one, it only comes from virtuous actions. Now, mind you, that's a very, very subjective value. What's virtuous to one guy might not be virtuous to somebody else, and that's fine. But virtuous action is what you can be proud of it if you consider it to be virtuous. If there's no virtue in it, you shouldn't be proud of it. If a 16-year-old who plays a video game, gets a high score, tells me that I should be proud of him for that, I'm going to ask why. Why should I be proud of him? What's the value to me? Why does that action meet a standard that I hold virtuous? Because if you hold it to be virtuous, leave me out of it. So if you're proud of something, it has to be because you did something that you deem valuable. But you can never demand anybody else to be proud of you or to share in your pride for something that you are not connected to, because it is tyrannical. If I tell you to be proud of me for something that you don't agree with, I am ignoring that part of your identity that makes you your own person. One of my sayings, there's a reason our footprint isn't bigger than our feet. When you are dealing with people, you cannot make them participate in you being you. In order for me to feel good, you have to participate. That makes me a tyrant to others around me. Pride is a very, very powerful concept. It's a very, very powerful strategy. Pride should be something that we all have a relationship with. But the way my mind works and the way my philosophy is designed, it's got to make sense. The math has to be right. You should be proud of me for this. Why? Because it's the nice thing to do. Well, nice, that I don't think nice is inherently something we should all be just saying is valuable. Groomers are nice to children, right? All sorts of predators are nice to their prey, right up until they're not nice. So just being nice by itself doesn't mean anything. I would much rather have alliances with people that are based on a mutual respect. You are you, I am me. One of the great things about this country is that that's what's written in the laws. You are you, I am me. I can't take away your ability to be you. You can't take my ability away to be me. And we all collectively agree to do that. But bringing it back to martial arts, if you're not doing anything worthy of pride, then I question what you're proud of. Being proud of other people is valuable, but even being proud of other people should in part be valuable to you because they are showing you an action that we should be looking to become better at ourselves. I'm proud of you for losing weight. I'm proud of you for fighting in that tournament. I'm even prouder that you won. But it starts to set the tone of what the standards are that we should be dealing with. But if you're not doing something worthy of something that I would deem to be virtuous, pride is not going to be something we exchange when it comes to that particular thing. Thank you guys for listening.